Hello everyone, my name's Aaliyah and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be trying one of my new D&D characters and just talking a little bit about her backstory and her design. I hope you enjoy! Alright, so this is Sheppy. She is an Archfey Warlock and I actually don't know if I'm saying her name correctly. I've watched like a bunch of those videos where it's like how to pronounce this name. But I like the sound of Sheppy the best, so we're gonna go with that. According to Wikipedia, Sheppy is a ghost or fairy in the mythology of the Narragansett tribe of Native Americans from the Narragansett Bay region of Rhode Island. So I thought that name would be kind of fitting to her whole vibe of being a Archfey Warlock and having a lot to do with fairies. I kind of have a backstory for her. It's very undeveloped and not that thought out yet because there are still a few points missing, but I'll read what I have for you guys. So Sheppy had a relatively normal childhood, though she was pulled between the two worlds, as most half-elves are. She was happy. One day she was visiting her grandfather on her elfish side, and in his attic she found a magic mirror. When she touched its surface, she was instantly transported to the Feywild. She doesn't know how long she spent there, whether it was years or just a few days, but no matter the length, her adventures left a lasting impression on her. When she returned, she found that the world she came from was unbearably dull. She missed the magic of the Feywild and wanted nothing more than to go back. Over the years, it became her obsession to return. She began to live only to go back to the Feywild. She tried everything, but nothing worked until one day. And that's what I have so far. You're probably wondering, well, isn't she a warlock? She needs a patron. And to that I say, that's the point I've been stuck on. I don't know what patron to pick, and I want it to tie into her story somehow. So maybe some Fae offers her this deal where if she does something for them, then they'll offer her entrance into the Feywild like permanently. And I want that to be the reason she's going adventuring, to complete that task that the fairy gave her. But I'm trying to think of an interesting task for her. I want it to be nonsensical and a little bit impossible in the way that fairies kind of are. But I also want it to make sense for her to go on an adventure to complete it. And like something that she would think is feasible but really isn't. I don't know. I also want the relationship to be interesting. I think a warlock and a patron can have a really interesting dynamic, and I want to do that for my story, but I'm really stuck. So if you guys have any ideas on what patron to pick or how to add to that story, I would absolutely love to hear them. In terms of her personality, I would think she's probably a little bit selfish and maybe obsessive. Her goal to return to the Feywild kind of overshadows everything in her life, and she's probably pushed away the people she loves, like her parents or friends, in order to focus completely on her goal. I think that she's probably willing to do things that are a little bit underhanded or mean just to get what she wants if she thinks it'll help her. She's not completely terrible though. She knows where to draw the line. Like, she isn't evil. But I think she's kind of like those superheroes that do good but are willing to do things that are maybe not so good to achieve the greater goal. I think she'd also be a little bit mischievous and chaotic. I feel that she would try to emulate how she thinks Fae act because she wants to be one and she wants to return to the Feywild and kind of fit in there. I know in actuality, in like the D&D world, if you go to the Feywild and you're not like a Fae, then you don't really remember your experience. Like, the memories are kind of muddled and unclear. I'm gonna ignore that because I want it to fit with her story that she kind of remembers her experience very clearly. Maybe she's just an anomaly or something, I don't know. And let's talk about her design now. So I wanted her outfit to be a mix of something you would think a fairy would wear and kind of just standard medieval dress. As I said in the section about her personality, she kind of tries to emulate what she thinks Fae would act, and that also is the same for the way she dresses. So as you can see, I tried to make like the front and side bits of her dress look like leaves, and maybe even the skirt too. I don't know if that read very well, but I made a Pinterest board and it was kind of inspired by some of the flower fairy designs that I saw there. I gave her these blonde ringlets, which were really fun to draw actually. I wanted her to look like very beautiful and princess-like, because I know in folklore fairies tend to take girls who are really pretty, and I feel like the blonde ringlets kind of just gave away that image. I kind of struggled with picking the colors for her outfit. You probably saw that earlier in the video. I was going through a bunch of different options, but looking through my Pinterest board, I kind of saw the trend of very pastel colors with lots of pink and blue, and I thought that fit her well. When I finished doing the lineup for her dress, I kind of felt like the design was lacking, like it needed something more. So I added this translucent cloak. I think it looks really magical and it worked out way better than I thought it would. I think it looks very cool and adds to the kind of mystery of her character. She also has this very pointy smile. I feel like it looks very mischievous and like she's up to something. She genuinely looks very innocent with her pastel outfit and blonde ringlets, but I feel like if you look at her face, you can kind of see that there's a little bit more under the surface. Overall, I'm really happy with her design and this drawing overall. I think it looks really good. Her story definitely needs some work, but if you have any ideas, again, feel free to let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me at alliflower88 on Instagram. Bye!